Dredge is what you get if you cross Animal Crossing with a horror story like the Magnus Archives. There is so much to love. The gorgeous art style, the satisfying fishing mechanics, the Eldritch horrors dwelling below the inky surface of the water, begging for purchase in the depths of your psyche. Also, there's a dog. You are a fisherman, brought to the island town of Little Marrow after your boat crashes on the rocks. Indebted to your rescuers, you agree to supply the town with fish. So, after getting acquainted with the very normal and totally not off-putting locals, you get to work scouring the local area in your cute little boat. It takes a few tries to get used to this fishing technique, hitting a cycling gauge at just the right time, but you find your rhythm, and soon you have fish to sell. The hours of the day tick on, but only as you move. When staying still, you can observe the surrounding waters. You can already see spots in the distance, lands you haven't travelled to yet and hope to reach. But for now, it's getting dark, and a thick fog is rolling in. For a second, your eyes catch something, but surely you're mistaken. Still, you find comfort in the warmth of the lighthouse. You return with your goods to sell and find a fishmonger happy to pay for them. The catches are fresh, so you make some decent coin, enough to put into further upgrades for your ship. A new rod perhaps. If you're going to fish in deeper waters, you'll need better equipment. Before you leave though, you hand him a fish that looks different from the rest. He's pleased. You don't quite know why, and you don't ask. As you settle into rest, you try to ignore the ominous red glow coming from behind the island. It, however, does not ignore you. The next few days pass in a blur. You've been given a quest to find lost relics from a strange man living in isolation. For each you return, he grants you a power to make your journey easier, but he's quick to mention that each comes at a price. Haste adds some kick to your engines, but will destroy them if pushed too far. Atrophy kills off all fish in the immediate area, making them easier to harvest, but the poor things come up rotten. You wonder what happens if you use Banish too many times. It seems to be the only spell without drawbacks, but still, the hermit recommends using it sparingly. You trust his guidance, even if he is a bit odd. Who are you to judge after all? You're not exactly at the peak of sanity yourself, having spent one too many long nights on the open ocean. You wonder if maybe you are just going crazy, the fog making you see things that aren't really there. But that wouldn't explain the very real holes in your ship that need patching, or the odd creatures that find their way inside and poison your fish. Just the other day, you spotted what looked like another ship on the water, a blessed sight after spending so long trudging through this fog alone. Only when it approaches do you realize, too late, that this is no ship but a monster. You're lucky you got away in time, your pathetic little motors barely keeping pace as the beast gnashes at your heels. And just when you think you escaped, wounded and winded, a new beast finishes you off. New motors are installed that night. The push to explore more of this strange land is slightly tempered by the threat of death, but there's a very natural pool of curiosity, as well as a growing list of quests on your notice board that draw you further and further into deeper waters. You dredge up salvage to make new upgrades, uncover cogs to fuel your research into new equipment, and meet new, well, not friends, but acquaintances? And despite the horrors that now undoubtedly lurk within the shadows and the deep, you do manage to find moments of calm, of beauty even. It's nice to know that not every creature here wishes you harm. That thing in the pit can go die though for all you care. It takes a bit, but after a while, you've pretty much got the map in your head. Each location distinctive in its environment that you can navigate between them with ease. You've seen just about every fish there is to see. Some normal, others less so. Too many eyes, not enough. You've stopped questioning it. The anxiety is still there. You're still caught off guard occasionally, but the world feels manageable. When you hit the final mission, you're given a warning, and it's startling how quickly it all ends. You don't really want to leave this world. For all its horrors, there's a peace to it now that you know the worst it can throw at you. But nothing will compare to that first playthrough. So, you do the next best thing. You tell other people about how much fun you had with the indie game Dredge, and through them, you get to experience it all over again. The fear, the excitement, the discovery, all for the very first time. Need I say more? Play.